Every other Monday, it's our pleasure to talk to Dr. Jeremy Burnham. He's the medical director of sports medicine and head of orthopedic surgery over at Ochsner. It's our sports health segment presented by Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. You all opened that elite training complex over there on Burbank just a few short weeks ago. I'd love to hear some more about it, the grand opening as it was, and what y'all's plan is for that facility.
Yeah, we're really excited about this facility. It's the Ochsner Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute, and it's at the Elite Training Facility. And the best way I can think to describe it whenever people ask me about it, because it is a pretty special place and sometimes tough to explain, is it's really like having a training room situation, like an NFL training room situation, but accessible to all of our patients. And there's certainly a lot of elite athletes that are out here on a regular basis between, utilizing our sports medicine facility and also the Elite Training Academy, which is on the same campus. But what we really wanted to do is kind of take that model where, if you're in the NFL or you're in some other professional sport or Division I collegiate sports and you're injured, you kind of have access to all of the experts at one time. So you don't really have to make, okay, I'm going to make an appointment with this person, but what if I need to go see this person? We're trying to break down those silos, right? And so you have athletic trainers, you have physical therapists, you have strength and conditioning coaches, you have orthopedic surgeons, you have non-operative physicians, all under one roof at the Elite facility, and really working together to figure out, ideally trying to prevent injury. So we have a lot going on from an injury prevention standpoint. If somebody is injured, we're trying to figure out how can we get them back to whatever activity they want to be back to as quick and as safely as possible. And so that's the spirit behind this facility. It's really a unique place and something that we're real proud of.
I see people hear about this and they're not real sure like if they are qualified. Do you have to be an athlete, or is this just for high school athletes, or is this just for folks over at LSU? I mean, this is for all of your patients, correct?
Yeah, this is for anybody that wants to be active. That can be, a weekend warrior. That can be a professional athlete. That can be, a middle school athlete, a high school athlete, or somebody that, hey, just trying to get more active, doing a couch to 5K program, something like that. And, our vision for it was really to be able to take those resources that are available at the higher levels and bring those to everybody. And we've had some unique capabilities to be able to do that. One of the things we have here is we have a 3D motion analysis lab. And so this biomechanics lab is really something, I actually saw them doing this in Europe. There's a place called Isokinetic, which treats all of the ACL injuries for all the big soccer players in Europe. And, I saw this during my training and I thought, gosh, I love Louisiana, knew I was coming back to Louisiana. I thought, man, if we could ever do something like that in our home community, that would be amazing. And this motion analysis lab, it allows us not just to, analyze people that have had ACL injuries, but it also allows us to analyze people that may be at risk for an ACL injury, and we could pick out the people that are higher risk, and we could do some interventions, some different types of strength training programs to prevent those injuries. So that's one of our big focuses at this facility as well.
If you want to learn more about sports injury prevention and treatment, you can visit ochsner.org/brortho. We've got about 2 minutes left, Dr. Burnham, but I did want to talk about that preventative. What kind of things could you do that are considered preventative? What kind of measures can y'all take?
Amazingly, muscle strength and like neuromuscular control of your hip muscles and your core muscles and your quad muscles are just really, really important. And whenever we analyze people, we find that people across all walks of life, they have some asymmetries or they have some weaknesses or some dysfunction. And there's been a lot of sports science that has shown if you can address those areas of dysfunction, that you can significantly cut back on people's injuries. We actually just recently published some research. I'll be presenting it in Washington, D.C. in a few months, and then in Germany at an international sports conference. But we actually did some screening tests, and we found that we could identify people that had a 4 times higher risk of ACL injury compared to their peers. And so now we're going to, the high school athletes that we work with, the different groups of athletes that we work with, and we're trying to do this screening because we like to catch people before they have something like an ACL injury and be able to do some of these strength training, neuromuscular training programs. Sometimes it's as short as a 6-week program. Can really make a difference in somebody's life. And so that's what we're trying to do is really get out there in the community and have a positive impact.
He's Dr. Jeremy Burnham with Ochsner. We'll chat with him every other Monday moving forward. Appreciate the time.
Hey, great talking to you, Hunt. Thank you.
It is, of course, our pleasure. Look, it's one of the things that obviously is an issue for a lot of folks is cramping. And at Ochsner Andrews Sports Medicine Institute, we know that sports injuries can be unpredictable. One situation you can protect yourself from is muscle cramping. One of the first things you can do to aid in recovery and avoid muscle cramping is to stretch prior and at the end of every activity that you do. Also, not drinking enough fluids can lead to muscle cramps. So be sure to stay hydrated. If you want to learn more about sports injury prevention and treatment, visit ochsner.org/brortho. It's Dr. Jeremy Burnham there with Ochsner. We appreciate his time. Again, we'll chat about a lot of different things in the world of sports as far as injuries go, some with local flavor, some that may be more nationally relevant. So looking forward to those discussions every other Monday moving forward.